Hey, howdy, and good morning. Welcome. So glad to have you here with me this evening. We are going to be looking at some hot new games available in retail, specifically at my local game store, Cape Fear Games in Wilmington, North Carolina. And of those games, we're going to kind of take a look, preview what they are, and I'm going to take one of them home so that we can play that and do a nice video of it here in the future, see if it's a game for you. And of course, the sponsor for this video is Cape Fear Games, and they have done something very cool for you that it was actually beyond what I wanted. So what I wanted was to be able to feature some card sleeves that were sized for the games that we're featuring, right? So I could offer that in a link below. And if you use my code BoardGamesFor1, then you get 10% off, and in the continental United States, you get free shipping. So if you look here, though, they did a really cool thing for me. They actually made a tag, Board Games for One. So if you just click the link below, it'll take you directly here. I'm doing the Awaken Realms series. It's called The Road to Retaliation, where we are playing through every single Awaken Realms games that I can get my hands on, and we are playing it and then doing some final thoughts. And at the end of all those, we are going to do a ranking video where we rank them and also decide, look, these are big games. If you can only get one, what is going to be the best one for you? I've not done a ranking before. I'm a little nervous about it, but I'm kind of excited to see what we end up with. What's best for you? What's best for me? All right. But anyway, they put here basically everything Awaken Realms that they have available. So you've got either fields as well as some of the hard to find expansions. Super cool stuff. I don't even have it yet. The sleeves here are the sleeves that are sized for Awaken Realms games. So it's already filtered out. This is so cool that they did this. And then we've got, of course, ISS Vanguard, Lords of Ragnarok. If we keep going down, I know we've got Nemesis expansions, Tainted Grail stuff, the core, as well as expansions. We've got the Great Wall, the core, as well as Kickstarter stretch goal stuff. So you can grab all that. And with the free shipping, I think it's cool. If that's not for you, please don't. I'm not pushing it. If you do want that, this is a pretty cool gift, a pretty cool deal that they put together. So let's go straight to the game store. So when I come inside, and I usually only come here like once a month because it's a good 2 hours for me to get to the closest, which is Cape Fear Games here. But I go to this new arrivals, and you can see there's all kinds of exciting stuff. This gets updated. I don't know if it's weekly or every other week. I'm not sure. I'll have to ask them. But these are some of the hot new games coming out right now. We got Lords of Ragnarok right there. We've got this Lord of the Rings. I hear that's a good gateway game. And if we go over, then these are new as well, newish, but it's like your Kickstarter packs that they've backed. So Vindication, I'd love. It doesn't have a solo mode. I know you can play it solo, and I'm a big fan of Orange Nebula, but I just don't know. I don't know. Clinic, of course, I've played that and I loved that. I haven't looked at the Kickstarter full version. Used to have the Dinosaur Island full Kickstarter, Thunder Road, and if we go over, they usually have a different feature at the window as well. This one is featuring Allison's favorites, which we cross over on a couple. So Secret Hitler, Cascadia honestly just hasn't appealed to me. I know it's got rave reviews. I know Fort's supposed to be cute, but different styles definitely. But some great games picked here. Atiwa, that one's caught my attention. I have yet to play a Uwe Rosenberg game. All right, and then of course the kid stuff, but which looks super cute. Milo Everdell, which I hear all kinds of good stuff about. But let's take a closer look at some of these new releases. Three Ring Circus. So this looks like a cool Euro that actually appeals to me. I know Devere does good with that, where we are trying to catch the attention of Barnums and Bailey by placing workers into area control in order to have like the best circus around. And $35.99 retail, not bad. And then if we go over here, Jerusalem. Now, one of my hesitations to this is I actually want to do a full series on biblical-based games. I know like Jerusalem, there's a new Kickstarter coming up, Ezra and Nehemiah. We've got The Flood, but this looks like a card-driven Euro from what I understand, where you're trying to get yourself seated as close to the apostles for the Last Supper. So I'm interested in the historical part. Definitely want to pick that up big time. And next up, we've got basically what looks like a gateway game, express route. So 1 to 4 players, cooperative, where you are working. It looks like to do either pick up, deliver, or to create the route, actually working together. So honestly, it doesn't appeal to me right up front, but for a light family game, it might be worth looking at for others, even though the theme isn't for me. Now, the card art, I liked that card art there. The board art, I don't know. Not too drawn there, but 35.99. That is good for something of like a horrified weight. And then this one, of course, appeals to me. Tales from the Red Dragon Inn. I've never played Red Dragon Inn, but from what I understand, you're like in a bar talking about your adventures. Where this is your standard dungeon crawler, you actually go out and you have your adventures with these characters. And it looks like it's got a little bit of comic relief in the way that they do it. So I appreciate the artwork. However, am I up for a full on dungeon crawler? And this one's getting close to $100, so about $94. I don't know. I don't know. What do you think? Now we've got Awaken Realms here, Lords of Ragnarok. I didn't. Adam Kwapinski. I'm pretty sure he's the one that does Nemesis and Lockdown. I don't know. I didn't even know about this. I know they have Lords of Hellas, so I'm assuming, is this a sequel? Is this a replacement? But it looks like it is adversarial, so 1 to 4 competitive, 1 to 4 players, competitive modes, and beautiful miniatures in Norse mythology. I know very little straight up front other than you are battling for territory control, I believe. Lords of Ragnarok. And this is another lightweight. So I heard about this on Gateway Gamers podcast, which I recommend. They're pretty cool. Cosmos Games, Lord of the Rings, Adventure to Mount Doom. This is family weight. This is cooperative. And all of the adventurers, 1 to 4 players, are working together to get Frodo from his home, right? In order to destroy the One Ring. I'm assuming you start in the Shire. I can't totally tell there. But you're trying to get him to Mount Doom, and the pressure that you have against you is, I believe, hope or hopelessness or something like that. So you have to make sure that you don't run out of hope before you succeed. So again, lightweight. I would actually like to try this one out. Okay, so not necessarily brand new, but at least pretty new to me, these Kickstarters. So we've got Seas of Havoc, 1 to 5 players. Now, right off the bat, this doesn't super appeal to me because it looks very confrontational. It looks like it's sea battle. The part that does appeal to me is it looks like there's like an island phase where you go on the island and you collect resources in order to build up your ship or your crew or something like that. But then when it comes to the part of the combat against each other, even though it has now the solo mode I might enjoy. But I don't know, that adversarial thing with ship battles and pirates just hasn't really appealed to me. But what do you think? See, Canvas Reflections as well. No, I love Canvas, the base game. So this is an expansion that adds mirror cards, which is these. It's the translucent art cards that you use to make a painting, but they're double-sided. So it adds some complexity and some options. My main concern with this one, though, is I believe we'll get down there. I think it's like $80 or something like that, and I don't, or $95 and or $85, and I don't know why. I don't know why. Hand management, so I'm not sure if I'm $85 in for that. Clinic, I've actually played the base game. Now, this is the deluxe edition, so it includes a solo mode now. It's got a revised rule book and all these expansions. Don't know a thing about the expansions, but I did love playing the game where you're building up a hospital. Each player is building up their own hospital and having like hiring doctors and nurses. You're running a hospital. So, but I don't see the total price. I don't know about the expansion, so I'm not sure if I'm going to go all in on that. Now, Vindication appeals to me, but I thought it was cooperative for whatever reason. I had seen Sword and Board Games bought it, so I don't know if they played it, but looking at it, it doesn't look like it's cooperative. It looks like it's a 2 to 4 or 2 to 5 player game, but lots of awards and all that. But looking at it, it looks like it's in a fantasy adventure. You start out on this island and you are going about to basically build up the story of your hero, like you're a fallen hero or something like that. You weren't a great person, and so you get to travel around on this island, take different actions. I don't know if there's resource. Again, there's a lot I don't really understand, even having read about the game. But something where you get to build up your hero and you also get to move around and explore and interact with the environment. And there's a lot of card development. So I'm not sure if it's a hand management game, but there's cards involved. However, no solo mode, and oh my gravy, Oh my gravy, is that $400? Okay, so this isn't, oh, $300. I get it. This is probably not going to happen. And it looks like it's a fast play. I have so many questions. All right, so what did we bring home? There were a lot of good choices there. Some didn't appeal to me so much, but there were several really good choices. So I had to consider what's the best game for right now. Well, I'm sure you figured it out. With us doing the Road to Retaliation series, we are going to be covering Lords of Ragnarok. I actually haven't heard of this, right? So this is the first time I've heard of it going to the store. So this is what I picked up. I've actually got it on the table. I'm learning to play it right now. So we are going to be doing a full playthrough, including the unboxing and final thoughts video of Lords of Ragnarok. It's got a few videos ahead of it, okay? So I'm scattering in between these Awaken Realms videos. I'm also scattering in some more unheard of games, some indie publishers, as well as some stuff from like Sovereignty with a chip theory game that's coming up. So it's going to be a little while, but it's coming up. First up, though, I've got this War of Mine. I have played the life out of it, so I'm going to be sharing full playthroughs and final thoughts of that, as well as tutorial. Lords of Ragnarok is right behind that. So you will be seeing this. I'm excited for it. I'm enjoying this series, but look, don't worry. We're going to be getting Euros back in here as well. As a matter of fact, doing this Awaken Realms series, what it's doing is it's building a longing in me to go back to just some fun, thematic storytelling Euros. Maybe that'll be the next series. I don't know. But let's enjoy the road while we're on it. Thank you so much for coming. I love you all. I'll see you next time.